what can change. And I want to make sure that we do it without getting too deep in the emotional component, because it's hard. We're all big supporters of President Trump. Many of you listening may even know him, may be friendly with him. And it's really difficult on all of us and stressful to continue to watch this. You know, we're averaging an attempt on this man's life. Gosh, I mean, at this point, between attempts at every 6 months or less, it is unacceptable. And there's a reason it's happening. You have this heightened bullshit rhetoric on the left that's become just the standard course of business on the left. It's just routine to call the president a Nazi and a fascist, and you've heard all the nonsense. There's no sense of shame in it at all. I discussed it on Fox this weekend. Matter of fact, you're welcomed. You're like celebrated, palm fronds and everything as you come into the city. So I want to discuss also how in this era of presidential accessibility and social media and the president's schedule becoming public right away, we have to just look at things differently. I feel like I've got a pretty good perspective on this, having served in both the agency that investigates presidential shootings. And I want to be clear on this because I've heard a lot of commentary on X. I've been in both places. I've been at the Secret Service from 1999 to 2011, and then obviously at the FBI last year. The FBI doesn't have a role in the physical security of the president. That's the Secret Service's job. However, they do investigate afterwards because the Secret Service can't investigate themselves. I just want to be clear on that because it was I sense a little bit of confusion on Twitter. You know, folks are looking for who to blame and who not to blame. I just want to talk about what went wrong, what went right, and what changes can be made. I think that's the best way to handle this show. And I promise you, when we're done, you are going to have the full spectrum on what's going on in a long-form interview. So I got a lot to get to. And the presidential accessibility, you know, he loves to get out there, this president. He just loves to get out there. He is the most accessible president. This guy's a fascist and a king. He's the worst king we've ever seen. He's always among the people. I mean, it's just so stupid. All right, let's get to the show. You know what drives me nuts? You ever see those silly, ridiculous testosterone commercials? They talk to us like we're a bunch of idiots. You know, you've seen them. Hey, guys, take this pill. Happy music comes on, a smiling wife pops out. It's all nonsense. Everything's perfect. That's not the way this works. Guys get it. Guys get it. Age comes for all of us. I know, I'm 51 years old. You lose muscle. That's not good. Muscle's your store of amino acids. You lose muscle, you're prone to falls. That's one of the leading causes of death for older folks is falls. You don't want to do that. You get a little doughy over time. Workouts get harder. Your recovery's terrible. The results don't show up like they used to. We've all been there. Let me tell you about a product from my good friends at Brickhouse Nutrition. They make the best, highest quality supplements in the business, in my opinion. They have a new product called Force from Brickhouse Nutrition. It's built with ingredients to help support healthy testosterone levels, help power your lean muscle. It's sustaining your lean muscle as you age, helps with your metabolism and overall performance. Do not lose your muscle. That's your engine. But here's the kicker. Force helps support your body's natural growth hormone production, and natural growth hormone, that's the difference maker too. Force takes a scientific next step for you, and that's what you get when their medical doctors design this formula instead of a marketing department designing it. Let's get you started with 20% off and free rush shipping. Just visit brickhousenutrition.com/Dan, enter promo code Dan. That's promo code Dan at brickhousenutrition.com/Dan. Pick up a bottle of Force today. Just give it a shot. Again, brickhousenutrition.com/Dan. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. The product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease or condition. All right, fellas, let's go. So before we get into it, let's give you a little background. One of the best reports I saw on this, which lays out the timeline, was from a Sky News reporter. Regardless of what you think about Sky News or elsewhere, there's going to be 1,000 B-rolls out there and things you've seen. This is a short breakdown of what went down so we can kind of level set where we're going to go and on the timeline. You can see how all of this happened in just probably a 5-minute period or less. Everything was compressed. Check this out.
From every angle, this is how the shooting at the Correspondents' Dinner unfolded.
Where's it at?
Just after 8:30, this was the scene, set for the annual dinner. 2,500 in the room. In the lobby at the security checks, a man runs through the metal detectors. Shots are heard. It takes a moment for people in the room to react. The First Lady seems to be the first at the top table to realise. What happened, she says. Look at this angle, 8:35. J.D. Vance, the vice president, in the foreground. Then President Trump rushed out next. He falls to the floor in the chaos.
What appeared to be shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's just gone. 20 to 9.
What looked like Secret Service making their way through to the centre of the area now.
The nation's top politicians rushed away.
Are you okay, sir? Were you hurt?
They'd been seated as guests at various different tables.
We're all being told to stay in the ballroom at the moment. You can see just how many people are here. An extraordinary moment. The annual White House Correspondents' Dinner brought to a very, very frightening halt.
Just outside the ballroom where the shots had been fired, a suspect on the ground. The president, by now secure and back on his social media, posting these two images of Cole Thomas Allen, a 31-year-old from California.
So before we dig into what happened here, what happened at this again, another tragedy involving President Trump, I want to start with this. Ladies and gentlemen, there are not two sides to this. Please stop. I swear to you on a day like today, you have my word on my soul. I am not trying to overly politicize this on a Monday after this weekend tragedy. I'm just trying to speak the truth. There are not two sides to this. There is a war breaking out on the right. I use air quotes on the right because I've said that a lot of these people just pretend to be one of us. There's a war breaking out on the right now because we police our own movement and keep the crazies out. Did you freaking miss this? People on the left, like you write about it all the time. Guys, we've had these articles in the show, right? Like civil war breaking out of me. What do you think that civil war is about, you dipshits? We clean up our own movement from lunatics and crazies. You guys wrote about it. You guys are writing about it in the same outlets that are hosting people talking about social murder, implying that violence is okay. There are no two sides. There is one side. It's your side. Can you do simple math? How many assassination attempts what is your level of acceptability of assassination attempts? For me, it's 0. There are not two sides to this. There is a political side of the partisan aisle that openly welcomes people who talk in apocalyptic Manichaean terms, leading people like this to do crazy stuff. That's just a fact.